Okay, so the play I had was called All Well Ends Well. It was put on by the Royal Shakespeare Company, and it was in the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. The date it was produced was September 14th, 2022. And the director was Blanche Monacan. I don't know how to say some of these names, so I'm very sorry. And the original writer was obviously William Shakespeare. So I'm just gonna go through the 5 different acts and kind of summarize each one. I've summarized it on my computer, so that's what I am reading off of. So in Act 1, we meet Helena, and she is a very young woman in love with a guy named Bertram. He is a nobleman. Helena's father is a famous doctor who just passed away. So she's left with nothing but the medical knowledge from her father. Meanwhile, Bertram's mother, I'm pretty sure her name is Roscione. I don't really know. Anyways, Countess Roscione wants her son to marry Helena, but he doesn't love her, so that's kind of difficult. So Helena tries to win Bertram's heart. She knows that the king is seriously ill, so she thinks if she uses her father's medical skills to cure him, in gratitude, the king promises Helena anything she wants. So Helena asks Bertram to be her husband, and the king grants her the request, even though Bertram doesn't want her to marry her, so that kind of gets complicated, but he doesn't really have any choice. So Helena marries Bertram, but Bertram refuses to live with her or acknowledge her as well, which is very difficult. He runs away to the military, leaving her behind. So Helena decides to follow him, hoping to win his love despite his rejection. So that's Act 1. In Act 2, Helena decides to follow Bertram after he runs away to the military. She arrives in Florence, where Bertram is serving. To get close with him, she disguises herself as somebody else and uses a plan to win his love. She knows that Bertram has made a vow not to sleep with her until she has his family ring and becomes pregnant to him, which is very difficult to have a kid if he obviously, yeah, you know. So meanwhile, while Bertram is in Florence and his friend Porlis, who is very cowardly character, Helena seeks out Bertram and begins to put her plan in action as she is disguised. So in Act 3, Helena continues to carry out her plan to win Bertram's love. She meets a very old woman who says she'll help her get advice on how to get Bertram's ring. Meanwhile, Bertram is in denial of Helena's intentions and is still not very happy about the whole marriage situation because he didn't want to do it in the first place. And he's also flirting with other girls, which that's not good. So Helena clearly arranges to have Bertram unknowingly give her his family ring and fulfill the conditions of his vow. She uses a different character to help her deceive Bertram, which she's very sneaky for that, but it's smart because in a way it's kind of a trick to get the ring, like if she can't even be with Bertram. So in Act 4, things start to come to a head as Helena plans to start working. Bertram, still unaware that he has been tricked of this entire thing, starts to feel kind of guilty because he is flirting with other girls, so he feels guilty because he's married. And so he doesn't fully yet realize that Helena's role in these events is he's being tricked by her. Meanwhile, Paroles gets caught in a compromising situation and exposed as a coward when he is tricked into revealing his true character. So Helena, in the meantime, has been successful in securing Bertram's ring and following through with his vow and inching closer to getting Bertram to love her in return. So in Act 5, the final act brings all the conflicts to conclusion. Bertram finally realizes that he's been outsmarted by Helena. And his feelings start to change where he starts to like her, and he admits that he's been clever. He admits that she's been very clever. Like, he's like, I'll give you that. And they have a very heartfelt reunion, which is cute. And the play ends on a happy note with everything working out for the characters. Bertram and Helena are finally together, and the drama surrounding their love and misunderstanding is all resolved. So with that, I think the play is very funny, and I like how the company puts on their plays, especially in terms of technology. How they use it, and the way the actors dress. It's a very modern way, like the way they're dressed is how I would dress now kind of thing. There's also very funny moments in the scene. One of my favorite was, I believe, in scene 2, Bertram flips somebody off, and so I think that's like very modern day. I don't think Shakespeare would put that in there. Maybe he would, I don't know. It just really brings today's sense of humor and style into Shakespeare, which I think it's good to bring modern into the old so it stays relevant. I also thought it was really neat the way the play was in front of a live audience, but they also made it into a kind of a movie. Like they would have different like cuts. Like one cut would be them performing in front of a play, and then another cut would be like Helena in front of the stairs, like it was being filmed, I guess, which I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I would watch another play from this company. I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm not very big into plays, so that was very cool. Sorry, the video is not very good. I'm very nervous in front of a screen.